hilarious.
This is the McClunky!
McClunky. Are we live?
Yeah.
McClunky! Oh, dude, sick.
What up?
Look at
So
the
they can
helmets.
hear us when that music is going on?
Oh, did I say
You
something when the music was
you
going on?
did.
Oops.
I don't know what you said.
Oops.
It was whatever. It like literally
Sam,
was.
You gotta set that up different.
I literally said shush for like 30 seconds. Like I
I
always
know,
do.
but you could easily set it up to just like have as a separate audio channel.
Well, it's whatever. Like you can be quiet. It's what we do on tasks. Whatever. Like,
Love the helmets.
If you
Love that you
can't
put
be
in
quiet,
my
then
actual
choose.
helmet.
Oh my god. I love my helmet. Look at it.
we are here to discuss The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 17, The Apostate. And I'm already like super glad that we're back to that sort of scheme. That we
Yeah.
have like these epic Mandalorian titles. I love that shit. Fuck. Highlight
The
of my life for
Apostate.
this episode. Probably an honest. 'Cause
Sam, did you see what I sent you on Instagram?
I did see that, yeah, and I mean, I'd seen that before because they were talking
Where
about
it's
it
like
on Explained.
Grogu
Yeah.
was apparently training for 2 years with Luke Skywalker.
Well, apparently, like the first couple seasons are like over the course of 2 years. Yeah. Well, I mean, like no. Okay, wait. Okay, that's a theory from what he said, but it also might just be that he's saying in our time. You know what I mean? Like it was a couple years. You know what I mean? Like that interview is very vague in that sense.
I think it meant like in universe because like they're also in this episode talking like they haven't seen each other for years.
I mean, like I don't know, like this
Imagery saga.
specifically, but like I think like the whole show has taken place over a few years, but like I don't know, that specifically is weird because like in that case it would be like 5, 6 years at this point because of what they implied with the other seasons as well,
Yeah.
which is crazy if you ask me.
All right, I'm looking at one second.
But yeah, what did you guys think about the episode in general?
I loved it. This is
Oh,
peak Star Wars. It was
good.
so good. It was so good. I have some nitpicks. I don't know if I liked that giant turtle fight.
I think the giant turtle fight was all right. I think they called it the dinosaur turtle in like the
I called it a Mosasaurus.
It is not a
it was
Mosasaurus, you
absolutely
fool.
you added I was like there's so much more to this thing. It's not a mosasaur.
What are you talking about?
A mosasaur
thought-
is like pretty much like a snake in the water with like a couple flippers. Like
It's like a whale with
this
an
thing
alligator
looked
head.
Like,
this
this
was
thing
like,
looked like a whale with an alligator head.
this is,
It had a
fat,
shell,
though. It's
man!
fat. It's like a dragon turtle.
Okay, sorry, Space Mosasaurus. Is that better, guys?
No, it had a
it's-
shell.
It's not a mosasaur.
In the concept art, it is literally an alligator
This-
snapping
This
turtle.
thing's fatter. Like this,
It's a turtle.
it's absolutely thicker than a mosasaur would be.
Anyway, I have mixed feelings on that fight because on the one hand, I'm like, this feels like KOTOR, you know, like this is cool stuff. I like seeing Star Wars fighting big dumb monsters. That's classic Star Wars. I just feel like they should have handled themselves better.
Like in what capacity?
They're just like flopping around in the water. Like, why didn't they go in the cave?
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. Like that's exactly like the Last of Us kind of shit where it's like we're setting this up. It's got to be a scene. Look at this. It's logically when you think about it, like what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, these are the greatest warriors in the galaxy. Why didn't all of them just go in the cave and the 3 with jetpacks just grenade drop it from the sky?
I like
Thank you
gotta
for
ask how
calling Carlos.
Carlos,
thank
my boy.
Carlos, thank you. Hell yeah. I just gotta ask how awesome or how often this happens. You know what I mean? Like on this planet where we're like doing these rituals in the water. Do we not know that there are giant fucking like dragon turtles in the water?
Clearly, they listen for signs of it.
Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
go
the
to the
scene, but it
cave.
was just kind of handled weird.
I thought it was
Like-
maybe part of the trial, if I'm being honest. Like that it was like a rite of passage to like beat this thing.
What? Have an
They, like,
8-year-old beat it?
They kept on like going. They kept on going down in the water, and then like other people would go in to grab them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
That's what I'm saying is like it felt from a tactical perspective. It's just like this is stupid.
well, I think that I like that though. I think I liked showing it showed the camaraderie of the Mandalorians that they would all like when one would go down, other was like jump in and save that one and pull them out.
Yeah, I like that they're saving their their comrades, but on the other hand, they shouldn't be in the water.
Bro, the armor has been busy.
Very busy. That was probably one of my favorite parts of the episode, though, is just looking at all the armor. It's just neat. You guys know that's my thing. So
yeah, like
looking at all the new armor and
thing.
combinations is really cool.
The designs and stuff that they always do for these armors on this show specifically, I found to be like really cool. It just feels
It is, and I think I've mentioned this before, but I have one nitpick, and it's a frustration that with the Mandalorian Mercs Costume Club, we have to wear our armor in a very specific way. And if there's like any what's called armor float, where it looks like it's kind of like popping off of your body, you'll get flagged for that. You actually can't become a member of the club if they see any of that. You have to go through an arduous process of them checking for it. And the idea is that the costumes are supposed to be movie ready, because back in the day, the club was Lucas endorsed. Now, I see armor float all the time on this show, and it kills me. It's just like, man, just put some Velcro on that. Just pin it down, bro. Please. Please. Like, you don't see it often on Din, but on all of like side Mandos that were in the back, oh my god. it was everywhere.
No, yeah, like I totally get that, yeah. I think it's just something that like happens to like the background shit, especially where it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Like they just like people aren't gonna notice this, and then Richard's there like, I see it!
I'm a professional Mandalorian armor maker. I would also like to point out that you didn't finish the shading on the A in Mandalorian, and it's going to drive me crazy forever.
Hold on.
Wait until you see it.
No, I see it. Don't worry.
You fool.
I'm fixing it. Don't worry.
You fucked this whole episode up, dude.
God damn it.
Oh,
it's
that
the
one.
only letter. It's the only letter in all of the letters on screen. And my eyes were drawn to it instantly.
I can't believe you, Sam.
I know I blew it. I'm sorry, guys.
Really let us down.
Unforgivable. Disney Plus ain't really loading for me.
Really?
Yeah. Being a little goof.
Anyway, what did you guys think of this episode?
I like how they wrote off
Cara Dune?
Yeah.
Yep. I wondered how they were going to do that. I honestly think they would have handled it better if they just didn't even bring it up.
Yeah. She was supposed to be in the Rogue Squadron, or which one was it?
No, it was the Rangers of the New Republic.
Rangers, yes.
That show was called.
I think they handled it in the best way they possibly could have, without like assassinating the character, you know?
Yeah, I think Din's ship looks kind of shit. I don't like it.
I like it. I like the Naboo fighters. I think it's cool.
I like the Naboo fighters. I just don't think it's for Din, you know?
Yeah, I definitely like the other ship better.
I like the Razor Crest.
The Razor Crest felt like a ship that you could capture bounties in.
Well,
this
it was
one,
a ship that you can hang out in. You know what I mean? Like you can actually like, go somewhere and be like, "Let's have a chat." And this ship, it's
this
like,
one looks like a ship you'll put inside of that ship. You know?
We are literally relegated to just being like, "Oh shit," just like, "Oh yeah, I have to like sleep in this, and Grogu's gonna crawl on my lap sometimes." Like that's it. Like
yeah, it's
so
a fighter.
Crowded.
You're not supposed to be in it for that long, you know. And that's why it's so. I don't know. I think it's cool, and obviously they did this just to sell toys, but it's
We got the big fighter back, guys.
Because the Razor Crest was legitimately like a really cool ship.
It looked really cool, and then got blued up.
Blued up.
Yeah, I was so disappointed when that happened. Holy fuck, people! They blew up the Razor Crest.
Dude, the Razor Crest was just a jobber all season 2. Poor Razor Crest just got fucked up the entire season.
We also lost the I can't remember what the rifle is called, but the one that just fucking like
disintegrates
people and
yeah.
Oh my god, I miss it so much.
No disintegrations.
Group acts more like a toddler. Oh, Grogu acts more like a toddler. I'm confused. Like
Grogu's evil, bro.
Consistency of like how he is, right? Because he's like a baby, but then he can like actually function like he's thinking, and I don't know.
I fucking hate Grogu. I'm so sick of Baby Yoda. Get him out of here.
I love him. I still love him. I'm in.
He's evil.
Maybe
he's like constantly trying to eat people.
I don't know.
Babu Frick, like he was trying to eat that guy.
I think he was just hugging him because he was so cute. If I'm being honest, like I think
I love seeing that. By the way,
that was so good. That whole scene was awesome.
I want a whole scene of Din Djarin trying to crawl into there.
Right?
I was like, that was a really small door.
I just loved how they talked. Debroked.
Squeezy.
Squeezy.
Like, I loved the setup of that scene, especially too, because like the original way it's filmed, you can't really see how he's in there. But then the second that it does the side cut to where Grief Karga is, like it shows that he's just like crisscross, like sitting in there like tightly.
Crisscross applesauce.
So well done. Like honestly, I want to see more Anzellans. I don't think that was Babu Frick, but just I like Anzellans.
No, I don't think it's Babu Frick, but
they would have named.
I'm just happy that they were practical effects.
Yeah.
I can watch that all day.
Yeah.
Was we're jumping around so crazily here, but you're bringing up practical effects. Was the Moss Man all CGI? Was that practical-ish? Like, did anyone
talking about old Greg?
Old Greg. I didn't really. We all were saying
never thought I'd see old Greg in the Mandalorian.
I can see that.
They showed this pirate captain, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is the design they went with? He looks like old Greg with a pirate coat.
It's weird. What was that?
I think that was practical.
I'm jumping to it. I need to see
it looks like they glued a bunch of like Party City like string, like that paper string stuff that's in like gift bags. Looks like they just glued a bunch of that to his face.
Okay,
I love the pirate characters though. I don't know. I can't remember the name of the main one.
Awesome.
But those pirate characters were cool. They had really neat outfits.
I did like the pirates. I thought that like their scene. Apparently, they are going to be showing up a lot more. Like the trailer showed these characters a bunch.
Yeah, they're going to be joining his crew.
Oh my god. If that's the case, like cool beans. I was like okay with it just being like a one and done. If I'm being honest, like where it's like yeah.
I kind of got. I didn't watch any of the trailers for the show other than like the announcement one. But I got the impression just from seeing the first pirate that we see that like this is going to be an important character. Like his outfit is too done up for him to just get shot.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name though.
His name was Kane.
Vane or some shit or
Vane.
Yeah, and he had like the whole like connection, but with Grief Karga already. So I think that'll have like an actual through line. Like we do see that like Navarro is going to definitely return in the season a bunch,
and they're going to bring back IG-11 for sure.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah,
like
that's also a weird thing.
Yeah, during his like journey, he's definitely going to find a part that's going to be like, oh, this is perfect for IG-11. Bring him back.
Like, if I'm being honest, that felt kind of messy. Like they showed that in like the previously on where IG-11 like IG-11 like blew himself up, and I was like, why'd they show that? And then it's like,
yeah, where was like because like obviously his torso was still intact. Like where was the bomb located?
It was just there to clearly like set up that we're gonna be like coming back to IG-11 in this episode. But I just was like, well, why did we even blow him up then in the first place? Like it feels so
right. It feels really Marvel-y to me.
Yeah, where it's like we're making shit up as we go, and like Favreau literally
consequences don't matter.
He said before this shit that like we have a plan, like we know what we're doing, and it's like, do we? Like, are you just saying that after the reactions to the trilogy?
It takes away so much about IG-11's death to then just be like, oh, we could just bring him back. How? I don't know. We just throw some electricity into a fucking statue and hope for the best.
And just hotwire him. Apparently,
it's just stupid. And then when he comes back and he instantly tries to kill Grogu, it's like you didn't think that was gonna be a problem. Like I don't know, that whole scene was probably my least favorite part of the episode because it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like why does he need IG-11? Yeah. Why does it need to be IG-11?
Yeah.
Why does he not
introduce a new character? Maybe
right. Give us any droid.
Like it's
any droid.
I get that he has like this connection to him, sure, but it's like, well, cool beans, but
he's the only droid I trust, except for all these other droids I've met
for like a minute, dude. Like like it's so weird to me that he just can't have this character growth of connecting to a new droid, you know?
Right.
Yeah. That it has to be like
I get that he
only like this droid because he saw my face that one time.
Well, then it's maybe like we should have set up the goddamn crew concept we were trying to do in the first season, where like every advertisement was like IG-11, Cara Dune, Kuil, and it's like, okay, so eventually we're all gonna come together, and they did, but then they fucked off. Like,
yeah. I feel like it would have been cooler, and I'm sure they didn't do this for budget reasons, but like I feel like it would have been more sensible to have Din just go ask Boba for a droid that he can trust, and Boba give him a droid, and we just get a new droid. Trying to resurrect IG-11 is just dumb.
Yeah.
I'm also, if I'm being honest, I'm so sick of Taika Waititi. I'm just sick of him.
That was the scene, and for me, I was like, that's the only highlight of this, is that like it could possibly bring him back and like have like that interaction. Like I liked the dynamic the characters had together in the first season, but like, it's just like, I agree, it's pointless to me. It's just ridiculous. Why are we doing this?
It just comes off to me as like they're going to bring him back, and he's going to look slightly different, and so they can sell toys.
Yeah,
and I don't have a problem with that. I'm not under the illusion that Star Wars doesn't exist to sell toys, because I'm the one buying those toys. But that's what this is really for. It's just to sell new toys.
Absolutely.
I have an IG-11 toy on my desk.
Now you're gonna get IG-11 battle damage toy.
You better believe it. I'm sure they'll do something stupid, like they'll paint his arm red.
There's gonna be like a figure of the statue where it's like just half of the bottom now.
I don't get the statue bit. Like, why do they even have a statue of him? What did he do for the town?
In a sense, he like sacrificed himself, I guess, to like get.
He did that one thing for the
not for
people?
The town.
Really, I guess, yeah.
He didn't do anything for the town.
Actually, he kind of did, because he rolled into the town and killed a bunch of stormtroopers and like kind of like saved the day. That's kind of.
And then blew himself up in a.
But he was programmed to do that to save Grogu.
They don't know that though, right? Like people are dumb in Star Wars. Like they would maybe like see it as just like,
why,
he like came and saved us.
He's a martyr.
Star Wars droid relations are so freaking complicated to me.
I never know, like, because like everyone's always like, oh, these droids are just programmed to do this, but then they have like a genuine personality.
I think we talked about this with Book of Boba Fett, but like I think we found out that Star Wars droids start to gain sentience the longer that they exist.
Oh yeah.
And they have to constantly mind wipe them. But it's like, if they can gain sentience, are we the baddies?
Well, I would say so. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Like I feel like whenever like that discussion comes up, for sure. Even in like Obi-Wan, there was that whole thing about the guy treating his droid like shit. When it's like that's a thinking creature in a sense. Like
that's the crazy thing is like some creatures, like some of the droids in Star Wars are much more like lifelike than others. Like the one in Andor. I can't remember his name. Little trash can boy. Yeah, that was like. That droid had depression, and you can't tell me otherwise.
No, absolutely.
But I just don't understand. Like, why do they have a statue for IG-11? I don't think he did much for the town to like make them want to put a statue up. Furthermore, was it a statue? Was it pieces of him? Did they make more pieces of him? Arm. It's just weird.
It was his torso and arm because they like took him off it.
Yeah, like whatever they like. Yeah, like they kept the leg there because I imagine that's fake shit.
But like when he blew himself up, it looked like his torso blew up. But like
the main part that they have somehow,
the main part that was the bomb like located in his dick or something. Like where was the bomb that blew up?
I will say though, on the flip side, when we're in Navarro and we have the standoff between Carl Weathers and first of all, he did the handshake. He did the Carl Weathers handshake from Predator. But
I think they always do that. These
which is
it's like a 10 out of 10 reference.
They did the angle and everything was great. Dylan! But no, like
son
seeing
of a bitch.
This kind of hurts me a little bit, and I've talked about this a lot. How I feel like Din stole Boba's story, but it was definitely a nod to Boba when Carl Weathers' character is talking to the pirates, and Din is just like posted up against a tree. He's even doing like Boba's pose from the old movies. Well, so he's just posted up waiting.
He definitely takes that like Marshall-esque like.
Yeah, especially with the like Book of Boba Fett. I think I like Din Djarin a lot more than Boba Fett now.
I do too, but that's my problem though, is that Din Djarin's character is what Boba Fett is supposed to be.
Yeah, like if they just changed Din Djarin to Boba Fett and had the same story, it would have been like Boba Fett's so
it would have been top tier.
He's always been
Remember
cool.
like when Mandalorian was first coming out, and everyone was theorizing, and I was like one of the people thinking like, I hope that this is actually just Boba Fett in a new set of armor because he like lost his in the Sarlacc pit or some shit.
I am convinced that was the original goal, given that Din's entire armor set is based off of the concept art for Boba Fett in 1313. So I'm convinced that Din was supposed to be Boba, and they probably
Yeah.
had some executive
God.
meeting where they decided to change it.
Okay, they show. I just saw the scene where IG-11 blows up. The bomb is in his. Like he shows the bomb in his chest. How does his head and chest survive?
Star Wars, baby.
Star Wars bullshit. Yep.
Yep. And you know, at the end of the day, I'll hand wave it because I love Star Wars so much.
I will, but
love
like
Star
I
Wars.
also will just say that like it's just messy. This is what it is. Like
There
that's
is some
realistically what
messiness
it
in
is.
Star Wars. I feel like right now we're in the era where like Legends used to be, where like it's just kind of fucking everywhere.
Yeah, not really sure what's happening right now, but I'm in. I do think that The Mandalorian is probably the most important thing for Star Wars.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Oh fucking A, man.
I love that they're like sort of going away from Jedi more. And,
Yes,
like,
Jesus,
being like,
thank God.
yeah, being like, there's more to this universe than just Jedi and Sith. You know, like we have Mandalorians, we have all this stuff, we have cool droids and everything.
Yeah, it's also kind of what drives me nuts about the stupid turtle scene, though. This is like Mandalorian warriors hunted Jedi. They know what they're doing. They're the best in the galaxy. But this turtle, though.
But okay,
It's
but
been years.
on that front, dude, like I think that what we have to accept from these new Mandalorians, what we're seeing is that these are not like Mandalorians. Like these are, I think most of what we're seeing is like foundling-esque people who are
There's
like
people that have the Mandalorian. They're like proto-Christians, you know.
It's like
They're
people
just
who
people
are
that
joining in
found
and
it.
then they're not as good, so that like that's what we're seeing. Like I think that when Death Watch shows up, or I don't know, like when not Death Watch, whatever, like Bo-Katan and Koska Reeves and the other guy's name is, I can't remember, but when they show up, it's like holy fuck.
They're still Mandalorians. They're just not the same as like Clone Wars era Mandalore. Which,
Yeah.
if we're being honest, Clone Wars era Mandalore was a one and done situation in Mandalorian history. They've never come together and had a civilization like that. That's the
Yeah.
only time they did that. So like Bo-Katan's style of Mandalorians is, if we're looking at the history of Mandalore, that's the incorrect one. And
Yeah.
I like that Din thinks that too.
I hate how Bo-Katan is like fucking pushing around Din like bitch.
Oh, I love it, dude. She's the enemy in this season.
The Armorer too. Oh my fucking god. Like, you're not a Mandalorian, bitch. I have the Darksaber. You're not a Mandalorian. Get the hell over here.
Well, because like to me,
I
like it's a
would
bunch
do
of,
anything for Katie Sackhoff, so honestly, I wish she would talk to me like that. But
it's a
She's
bunch
gonna
of,
be a villain, dude. She's gonna be a big
yeah,
villain.
I
Absolutely,
really
yeah.
do think she's the villain in this season, 100%.
It's just a bunch of cults like pushing Din in different directions that he also is kind of. I like wish he was growing out of it almost, where he was like, actually, fuck you, and like,
Yeah, I'm gonna create my own creed where you can take off your
I'm
helmet.
gonna make my own way, and like,
This is not the way.
yeah, like he's gotta at one point make that growth, you know, like of like.
I feel the other way around. I actually like it better with Din leaning back into the what are they called,
His old ways.
what were they called
hell, the
specifically,
fucking
though?
Children of the Watch, I think, or something, right?
The Children of the Watch. Yeah, because Bo-Katan's Death Watch, and they're the Children of the Watch. So, and the thing is, Bo-Katan is sitting on her little marble pedestal, casting stones at Din for being in a cult, when the Death Watch unit was already its own cult.
Well, and like I love that parallel, right, too, because she's like saying all these things about how it's stupid that you're in like this thing where you're gonna go bathe in the waters, but also I will not take the Darksaber because of some like
Exactly.
crazy, like,
She's such a hypocrite.
yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. Like it's so
And like
good.
what
was
she
she doing
believes,
anyway?
not watching TV.
She was just like fucking chilling on this.
She's
like,
She got an
Din just
empty
happened-
castle, and she just sits there.
yeah, did
waiting.
It just happened to find her at the same time she's like resting on this throne, or did she just stay like that
In the
forever?
most casual fucking posture I've ever seen someone sit on something
Just
like that.
chilling in full
Jesus.
armor.
Oh, hey,
no
Din, how you doing?
PJs. I'm sure she got like the alert, like beep 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 beeps of ship approaching, and she's like, "Oh shit, it's Din."
Yeah, she's like she's like looking at her fridge for some food. She's like, oh shit, like just shuffles back to her chair.
Has like shove
hey,
her armor
Din.
on real quick and sit all broody like in a chair.
This
Like
is
she
one
just
of
sitting on the
those-
chest.
Oh,
Hey, Din.
Din.
Listen.
I was saying it last season too, but with the second that she had like a problem with this whole situation, I'd be like, yo, but like there's a whole nother option that y'all could get married. I'm a shipper.
Oh.
Yep.
Like
Get married,
it
Pedro
won't happen.
Pascal and Katie
It absolutely
Sackhoff.
will not
Nice.
happen, but like I
Yeah,
you know,
it's-
I ship it. I want it to happen.
It's the problem with their current situation, though, is that they are in opposing cults. And it's
Yeah, but
that's
Romeo and Juliet, man.
true,
Scissor.
but it does drive me nuts though that like I not in a good way, and I think it's intentional character stuff, but that Bo-Katan doesn't recognize how much of a hypocrite she's being, where she's in another cult that was created to bring Mandalore back to the old ways, and she won't take the Darksaber unless it's through combat, but she doesn't want to fight Din, probably because she'll lose. And then she shits on Din for being a part of another cult that thinks that they should go even further back in Mandalorian ways. Both of them are just in cults. They just don't like each other. It's stupid. It's so stupid, but I love it. But I actually like that Din's kind of leaning back into the Children of the Watcher, whatever, because I think that they're right, and it's the only way we're going to get Mandalore back. Maybe we can grow from there. But like, I think the best way to handle bringing back the Mandalorians is by having them like double down on what made them what they were in the first place.
Yeah. Or they could go the whole like the invincible like Viltrumite route and just kill everyone who's weaker than them. Then you only have the strong.
Yeah. Like when Din says in season 2, I think it was season 2, where he says, "I'm a Mandalorian. Weapons are my religion." That's literal. Like the Mandalorian script is based off of like all of their text is based on weaponry. It's supposed to look like weapons. So I like the
gun laser spear,
gun laser spear trident.
I thought that this episode was like good, yeah. But if like for me, even the worst episode of The Mandalorian is still better than like most of Star
all
Wars.
Of Andor.
Well, okay, I wasn't gonna say it.
It's true.
I was gonna say it.
It's so true.
Oh man.
Because at least in The Mandalorian, we have cool characters doing cool things that are actually relevant to what's happening in the future of Star Wars.
Yeah, because with Andor, we know where he's headed. We
right, exactly. It's pointless. Whereas with Mandalorian, even though it takes place before the new trilogy, I think that The Mandalorian is going to pave the way to what we get with Star Wars in the future with new movies. Because I don't think new movies are going to be Jedi focused. I think they're going to try to get away from the Skywalker shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that The Mandalorian is currently the face of Star Wars, and it dictates what we're going to get later.
Yeah, I think so too.
Have
you seen Dave Favreau, like John Favreau and Dave Filoni, like they're in an interview,
mm-hmm.
and they just start going off like we do sometimes, where they're like, yeah, so I guess Grogu was learning under like the Last Jedi, like Luke Skywalker, and then they're like, but like, is he the Last Jedi? Because like Yoda said he was a Jedi, but was he the Last Jedi? And like just talking like that. Like sort of like we do sometimes, like just nitpicking things, and that's how apparently they write scripts. Is they just question things.
Well, it makes me wonder how much those two guys care about the new movies. Like Dave Filoni and John Favreau.
I hope not a lot.
I'm sure they probably hate those movies. Because now it's like, I feel like those movies, which I think most people don't like very much, have tied Star Wars hands behind its back. And it's like, how the hell do we progress through this?
Yeah.
How do we get past this shit? And the only way I can see them doing it is a big ass time skip.
Yeah, oh for sure. I think that the only one that causes the problems, in all honesty, is like is Rise of Skywalker. That one is like the one that is like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. Other than that, I can see things being like sort of fine. They screwed
but somehow
the fucking
returned
pooch on that movie. I've never been in a theater and felt more like than that.
Yeah, I think it's more than Rise of Skywalker. I actually think that the first movie is probably more problematic for just the lore. And the first movie is I think one of the better ones.
Like I think that,
but
like,
what I mean is like
the Empire back in the first place is such like a why? Like let's just
cop
get
out.
the fuck
It's a
out
cop
of
out.
here. Like,
and that's what I mean is like, even though the first of the new trilogy, I can't even remember what it was called, The Force Awakens, right?
Yeah. Dumb name.
Even though The Force Awakens is like, by all accounts, one of the better of the new movies.
Yep.
It raises questions and implications with the lore that make you think like, okay, so everything that came before this was just pointless.
Yeah.
So like, was balance brought to the Force?
Fucking chosen one, or like, is this the fucking what is happening?
And
what was the point of us blowing up the Death Star if they could just make a new one in a week?
Well, I mean, that's something
It's
brought
so
up by the
frustrating.
original
One
trilogy.
bigger
in a
and
sense.
stronger.
Yeah, but when they rebuilt the second Death Star, for one, they didn't finish it, and two, it took them a couple of years. The one that we see in The Force Awakens is like, it's a new Death Star. We built it in secret with no money, and it's better.
Yeah, it's a
But
planet.
to be fair, like this is where like the other lore part of me comes in, where it's like, but that like project was being like started by the Empire, so it was like already underway.
Ugh. That's what I mean, though, is that like the new movies add so many implications to Star Wars that I think ruin the established stuff.
I agree that there are a bunch of dumb decisions, but I'm like fine with a lot of it. Like in Force Awakens, it became bad later, but
What I would love to see them do to get out of this,
no.
big time skip, like hundreds of years time skip.
Like into the
Grogu
future.
is
Yeah.
Yep. And Grogu is now like a Yoda-like character, but
Oh,
like Mandalorian focused.
Oh,
And-
yeah, okay.
And we focus Star Wars on a group of young Mandalorians, and we see the Mandalorians at the height of their power. That
Yeah.
would be sick.
I can see that happening. Like, I don't know if it would be like the focus, maybe, because Star Wars is so like focused on like I honestly think that they'd probably try to do multiple things too. Like they'd probably do like what you're saying, and then have like a show about like, and here's like some Jedi.
I think having Grogu, like aging up Grogu, accomplishes what Luke was originally supposed to sort of accomplish, where he's not a Jedi and he's not a Sith. He's somewhere in the middle, and
He's not
Grogu
Jedi,
can be
he's
that
not
too.
Mandalorian.
Right, exactly. And there's no such thing as Jedi and Sith anymore. So now there's just Force users.
Yeah, but
And
if they ever
I
say, if they ever say the fucking term gray Jedi, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind.
What? Why?
I just don't like that shit. I hate it.
What? Oh, you never played KOTOR.
Gray Jedi is so stupid.
Once-
You never played KOTOR, and it shows. You filthy
Like, oh,
peasant.
look at me, I'm an edgy person because I am not anything. It's like, okay, look at me. Oh, you're like the guy when we were all playing superheroes. You're like, I can take everyone's power. It's like, okay, kid. That's what that is. It's like fucking. Christ,
That's
why
fair.
you
I
gotta
can't.
Be like
I
the
can't
edgy
even
guy?
argue it.
Like, pick a lane, buddy. Fuck.
I can't even argue with this. It's like, you're right. It's like, dude, you suck.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, no, that's completely
Never
fair.
thought of it that way. Well, I'm glad, Greg Gould, that I can expand your mind to thinking that this shit is fucking dumb.
I like it. I liked it in KOTOR because in KOTOR 2, that's your character. But I guess when you put it into perspective, it's like, dude, will you just pick a side and stop being a fucking turd?
Like, you can be a Jedi that's like a little bit fucking vague, but like, Jesus,
Yeah, that's Mace Windu's whole character.
exactly. The second you're like, I'm a gray Jedi, I'm like, oh my god, like,
The only thing I don't
this
like about the
guy.
term is that it doesn't. You can't be a gray Jedi.
Yeah,
You're either
it
going to
picks a
be a
lane
Sith or a
immediately.
Jedi, or there has to be something different. And the concept of it was just them trying very hard to bring back an approximation of Revan, because Revan is what that is supposed to be.
Yeah.
But Revan like started one way, ended another. He started off as a Jedi, then went Sith, and then became something more. He wasn't walking around going, "Oh, I'm a gray Jedi now."
I think that's what they should have done with like the new trilogy. With
That'd
like
be
Kylo Ren starting off as like a good guy, switching to a bad guy, or then ending a good guy again. But then with Rey, they do the opposite, where like she's kind of mixed, then becomes a good guy in the second movie, and then a bad guy in the last movie.
what would
And
you guys...
Finn should have been a Jedi.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I think
and- well, yeah.
he pretty much is. Like, in the outer universe, they're setting him up as like a Jedi, yeah. But, what would you guys have thought of like the theory that Skywalker would become the new name for Jedi in the whole thing? Like, how would you have
I
felt about
fucking hate that.
that? You hate that idea? Okay.
I hate
I
that.
also like wasn't too keen on that. I was more the Rey Skywalker guy, but I was saying that like months before the movie came out. I was like, that's what this movie's gonna do for sure.
I
When
hate
she
Rey
said
as a
that, I
character.
walked out of the movie, out of the theater.
Yeah.
man.
Uh-huh.
I feel bad because like I think Daisy Ridley is an amazing actress and a really cool person, and she in later interviews has kind of expressed that she didn't like the direction that the thing went either.
Well,
But-
fuck,
A lot of
I
the
wouldn't
actors
either.
have expressed that.
Yeah,
Especially with like, they fly now.
Yeah, they like openly mock that, like it's hilarious.
I feel bad though because I think that Rey could have been a really cool character if they kept her down what I think was the intended trajectory. I think she was supposed to go bad. I think that was what they wanted to do all along.
See, like, yeah and no, because, like, I think that they wouldn't have the balls to do that in this era where, like, we're gonna make this, like, female huge, like...
Well, that's what it came down to. That's exactly why they didn't do it, because they didn't have the balls to do it.
Exactly.
Would it be worse to not make her evil because she's female?
Exactly, but nobody's gonna have that discussion other than, like, the people like us, you know what I mean? Like,
right. I think that the intention was to make her go bad, have Kylo Ren go good, and him pull her back out of it.
Yeah.
But then
that would have been awesome.
But then you look at that in, like, a social justice kind of, like...
Yeah, boy, but what would have been worse if they went back on that because she's a woman? Like, not make her evil at all because she's a woman. And then
I fully agree with you. I think that is worse. But that's the thing is
that's not how
if we have a faceless corporation, they're going to play the safe card.
Yeah.
But I think that, like, from a societal development perspective, it is worse to not do it because she's a woman.
Yeah.
But
because either way,
regardless,
you're still changing something because she's a woman.
I think, and you know, this is tinfoil hat shit, but I think Rey was supposed to go bad. I think they had a blueprint set up for that. I think Kylo was supposed to go good, and then Kylo and Finn, who was also supposed to be a Jedi, were supposed to save her.
Hell yeah,
and probably have a big ass fight with her, and she would have had a double bladed lightsaber like she did in that one moment. And like, cause they had that one weird flash forward scene where we see her as a dark, as like a Sith Lord or whatever for like a second.
That they were this is just trailer bait. That's really what
no
that was.
Fucking way. There's no way that they designed this like hinged Bloodborne lightsaber for a fucking trailer.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
That was what she was supposed to be.
I mean, I don't know. Because if they were gonna do that, then I think that they would have shown that at the end of the movie, she actually had like a double-bladed lightsaber that is like just yellow or whatever the hell.
Well, that's what I mean. Is I think that the movie was. I think they probably had at least some semblance of a blueprint going off of Rian Johnson's ideas, and then when they brought back in the talentless hack that did the first movie, J.J. Abrams, he did what he does best, which is creating useless drivel and putting a bunch of lens flare on it until we like it.
Well, just creating more like questions really all the time, where it's like, well, what the fuck?
It's a mystery box.
Yeah. Mystery box storytelling. Oh boy, that did so well for Lost when it was like, oh, this ain't gonna... This shit, we have to end this at one point.
There's no plan. We just, figure it out.
We threw polar bears on this island and we didn't know what we were doing.
I know a lot of people really don't like Rian Johnson's movie, but I think that it brought up a lot of cool things that could have happened in Star Wars. And
I didn't like it the first time I watched it. Rewatching it, I was like, this isn't that bad, actually. Like,
it's pretty dang good. It's got some really bad scenes in there.
It's got some bad scenes.
Liking it the first time I watched it, and every time I watch it after, I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Like, it's like chill.
Watching it in hindsight, having seen all three of them, I think it's my favorite of the three. Because like the first one is just a straight up copy of A New Hope.
Yeah.
Rian Johnson's movie is what it is, and then Rise of Skywalker is just absolute shit. So
it is
like trying to like fix like the whole thing where it's like you shouldn't be trying to like go back on things. Keep fucking going. Like at this point, like be confident. If you're not confident, then we can fucking tell that. Like holy shit, dude! I've never seen such an unconfident like movie franchise. Like, and this is Star Wars. Like something that should be helmed with like
and like. And like the unconfidence of like just being like, yeah, we're gonna go back to Palpatine. And it's like you ran out of ideas so quickly.
And they say like, oh fuck, I hate that shit. Where they're like, oh, like that was the plan.
It was always planned.
No, it fucking wasn't. Like, get out of here.
Don't lie to us, dude.
Right.
Just like I honestly think, like, I know that they say that with the Mandalorian, that they're like, oh, we have that all planned. I don't think so because like I think ending season 2 with Grogu leaving. And then being like, oh, fuck, what are we really going to do? We need to get him back with them so that they can hang out together for next season. And doing it in Book of Boba
I definitely think that they fucked that up. Yeah. I think they probably have an outline of, like, here's where the story's going to go. But they don't. Yeah. They didn't always have, like, how are we going to get there? And I think Grogu was supposed to leave and we weren't going to get him back for a minute. But I think they didn't expect him to blow up.
Of season 3, man. Like, oh my god, it would be so good.
the whole Baby Yoda thing turned into a fucking like cultural phenomenon, you know, where it's like now they can't get rid of him.
Okay,
So-
but what about an alternative universe where instead of that, we did get like, because like, let's have our cake and eat it too, or whatever that fucking phrase is, where it's like he's gone, but we do get like a couple episodes in the season that have a segment where we see him with Luke. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Like
I think people like us who are like super fans of this stuff would all agree with that. But your casual like, you know, blue collar
casual
job mom and
children,
dads
yeah.
watching this show, they just want more baby Yoda eat chicky nuggies.
Or
You know?
frog eggs.
Yeah, like that's what they want. And at the end of the day, no matter what fandom you're a part of, that fandom is always going to cater towards the casuals
Yep.
more than the super fans.
absolutely.
And that sucks. It really does. And I think Star Wars, and I think The Mandalorian even this show does take some risks that the super fans or the super fans will want, but the casuals might not like.
Well,
And that's okay.
Even okay, so like
Yo,
jumping
man,
on
fuck
that
the
front.
casuals.
Hey, Chocolate Muffin Queen, how you doing?
Hey, chocolate muffin.
What's up, Coca?
On that front though, like what did you take from the Purgle scene in hyperspace? Like what the casual fans?
The what scene?
So
The fucking
even,
space whales.
even you don't know, Richard. Even you.
What did you call them?
The Purgle.
The Purgil. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
I knew that there were things that existed in hyperspace. I didn't know what they were named though. I actually loved that scene. I thought it was beautiful.
And like
They
what do you
are
get-
used as like spaceships.
Yeah, like they just casually travel through hyperspace, like naturally. It's awesome.
And I love that they were like moving at like a regular looking motion. They didn't look like sped up, you know?
Yeah. Like they
I thought that scene was really, really cute. I actually really liked that Grogu was able to see those things, whereas maybe Den wouldn't have been able to. And I liked that he crawled down there with Din and like buckled himself up underneath his bandolier. I thought it was really cute.
Yeah, that was adorable.
It was a cute scene. And
There
normal,
is
get money.
huge implications with those Purgle. I don't want to be that guy, but like
You think Ezra Bridger is on there?
like who fucking knows, right? Like what if they have like a literal ship on like a Purgle where they're like, yeah, we just like fly this shit around.
I
Was
think
that
that
thing
scene
that
was
Darth
just a
Vader
show.
sent one into the sun?
Not a
I don't
Purgle,
fucking know.
but he sent like a giant like space thing, yeah, into the sun, yeah.
There's a giant space whale in the comics that Darth Vader sent it like mind control to fly into the sun.
Fucking awesome.
Because like the guy that was like controlling this thing was like, you can't like my mind's too powerful. You can't mind control me. And then he's like, kill yourself. Like, and he's like, what? That's not gonna work. And he's like, I wasn't talking to you. And then the whale starts flying towards the sun.
Well, that's fucking badass.
It's
Yeah.
awesome, dude. This is the Darth Vader comics are awesome.
Okay, fuck. I have so many questions that I want them to answer, but I don't know if they will, or maybe I don't want them to answer. But like the connection between Grogu and Snoke, and like what does Palpatine know about Grogu? Why isn't he more concerned about Grogu? What happens to make him not concerned about Grogu? Why would he not go more after Grogu instead of Rey? Like, I have so many questions about, and this is again why
I
the
hope they don't
movies
answer
broke
any
the
of those.
series. I
'Cause
kind
I
of
don't
do
give a
too, because I
fuck.
don't know if I want those answers.
Because right
But
now,
this is the
somewhere in the
problem.
universe, Palpatine has like a weird clone child
Right, and like
that
Snoke,
gave birth to Rey.
he literally could not have created Snoke if he did not have Baby Yoda's DNA. Like that was
Yeah.
the whole point.
Yep.
So he knows that there is Grogu out there, and that makes me wonder, like,
Jedi.
are we going to see Palpatine?
I hope to
I don't
God
think we're
not.
gonna see Palpatine, but I think that like certain Imperials are probably like working for him in the shadows in a sense, you know? Like there's
Yeah.
I
probably
swear to God, if we get Palpatine as like the main bad guy for the series, I'm gonna shoot
I'm
myself.
pretty sure the main bad
Yeah,
guy
I
for the
don't want
series is
that.
Thrawn. I'm pretty sure like that's what we're setting up. And I'm kind of iffy on that as well, but
I don't think so. No way.
no?
No, I think the main bad guy's Bo-Katan.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean
Yeah, for this season, yeah.
for this season, I'm saying for like the whole like series though, because it feels
I don't
like
think that they're going to bring Thrawn into the Mandalorian. I just don't see how that fits.
I think that what they're doing is they're Avengersing this shit, where it's annoying as hell. Where eventually, like the Book of Boba Fett, the Ahsoka show, the Mandalorian, and what else is in this era? I mean, they were
now the Ahsoka show will definitely be Thrawn,
but I think that they'll all come together and then deal with him in another show.
and they'll do an Avengers Assemble thing where Ahsoka's fighting Thrawn, and
Like, not even fucking
Boba
lying.
Fett shows up, and Din Djarin shows up, Bo-Katan shows up, Baby Yoda shows up. And then Ahsoka looks directly in the camera and goes, "I could do this all day."
They're gonna do the Avengers Endgame thing where Ahsoka is fighting some like hard bad guy, and then every other female character that's never met Ahsoka shows up.
Oh, they're gonna do a girl power moment.
Okay, you're joking, but yeah, they absolutely will.
Star Wars Revengers.
Yeah,
I don't think they can with Star Wars. What are they gonna do? Have like Bo-Katan,
Cara Dune,
Casca Reeves, and Cara Dune?
Well, because the thing is, like, that all happened last season. Like, the end episode was a bunch of women and Din coming to save the day, but like no one brought it up because it just flowed nicely.
It
worked because that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
Like everyone, one of these other ones draws attention to it with like, she's not alone. And fucking 50 million women dropping. What the hell, dude?
Why is Gamora here?
Yeah, Gamora doesn't give a fuck.
She's not alone, and then just chicks start falling from the fucking sky.
And it's like, where are you all coming
Like, round
from?
and ground.
And maybe keep fighting. Like, Jesus, you're just standing there for like 10 seconds. What the fuck? You're like posing. I hate that shit.
God, dude, I'm all about like the empowerment stuff, but like that ain't how you do it.
No, it's bad
because that's stupid.
That. You draw way too much attention to it. It's gross at that point.
I love that we could see the I keep wanting to say mithril, the mithril shirt underneath Grogu's robes. I feel like I
keep forgetting about that, honestly.
Yeah, he's got a Beskar chainmail shirt,
and
we
bet
can actually
he's
see
gonna
it
get
in this
shot
episode.
in this series.
Oh, dude, he's definitely gonna get like fucked up.
And then he's gonna they're gonna be like, "No, Grogu!" He's gonna pull apart his shirt and be like, "Oh, he's wearing Beskar."
And they're gonna say it like that exact suit, like Beskar.
Beskar.
Oh, I thought you were dead, Mr. Grogu. Share the load. I really like that when IG-11 was going bonkers, how Din just fucking yeeted Baby Yoda across the room like a football.
Yeah, I love that.
Catch! And like, if you watch that scene, it's great. It looks like a literal doll is just flying through the air.
Whoa!
Like it's the same Baby Yoda doll I have.
Was it Grief Karga or was it Mando that said that's using your head? Who said that?
I think
Bro, I
think Mando said that.
That like took me out.
Oh, it was
No,
Mando.
that's
It was
using your
Mando
head.
when the fucking droid dropped the bust on it.
Like that was so dumb. I loved it, but it was like that.
What is that fucking statue made out of? Because it mushed the head, like gone. Statue has to be heavy as shit.
And then like, hold on. So wait, we're still going for Edge 11, right? It's like the game plan.
I guess.
Fuck it, man. Like he's scrapped. I'd be like, this is like, I'm gonna get a new one at this point. Like this.
Yeah,
is
the moment he
ridiculous.
tried to attack the baby, I would have been like, you know what? Can't trust this fucker.
Like this is pointless. What am I doing here?
Yeah, I remember why I didn't like droids.
Maybe I should use some of the credits that I probably have to like buy a fucking droid because
How much
Jesus.
better would that have scene of how much better would that scene have been if after IG-11 tried to kill Baby Yoda and Din just looks at Carl Weathers and is like, you know, fuck this.
In
Never mind.
hindsight, terrible idea.
Bad idea, bro. You have any like dudes I can hire?
I didn't think this one through. This was like my first idea, so let's cycle
let me
through
just
some of these.
let me hire a person.
Oh my god.
Also, minor nitpick. I just hate this. This is a Star Wars thing. It's just a sci-fi thing. But when the 8-year-old Mando foundling puts on his helmet and it just goes.
You were gonna fucking bring it up.
Oh my god!
You were gonna
dude.
bring that up, Richard. Holy.
What is it
fuck.
sealing? What is it sealing? There's no air pressure seal.
I feel like I
Like-
should have put money on that.
It's just
or
a hunk of
something.
metal, dude.
Yeah, we could see the inside of the helmet when she put it on. It looks like a fucking Hasbro toy. There's nothing in there.
It did really look exactly like that specific Boba Fett Hasbro toy. Like holy,
Dude.
fuck.
I guarantee you it is. So like the Hasbro toys, they don't allow us to use those in the club because they have a specific look to them that is counter to the movie look. So specifically, the T visor
Yeah, the
is
visor's
much
too
larger.
thick. Yeah, it's too big.
It's much larger because children have big dumb heads. That's why. So all they did was they took a Hasbro toy and they slightly modified it and they put it on that kid's head and then they made it go. Like,
And then his hair is still popping out the back.
and his hair's still hanging out like nothing's sealed.
So you have to make your own helmets too?
We have to make everything on our own.
Oh damn, dude.
So the only thing that you can do, like if I were to wear Boba's helmet, I have to be full on Boba Fett. Otherwise, his helmet is not allowed. Same thing with Den. Like if you can borrow armor bits from here and there for like different costumes, but like if I wore Boba Fett's helmet and it had Boba Fett's dent in the helmet, I cannot wear that and be a different Mandalorian. I have to be Boba Fett.
Yeah.
But we have to make everything. Like you cannot buy a single. I mean, you can buy like you can pay like somebody to make an armor thing for you.
Don't they
But you
allow
can't,
like the Black Series helmets?
Nope.
Fuck.
You are not allowed to purchase a Black Series helmet and just wear that. And the reason is that the visor itself in those helmets is just like tinted plastic. And the actual rule is that the visor has to be blacked out enough to where you can shine a flashlight into it directly at the face and still not see the person underneath it. So we have to use like welding goggles, like the welding visors, those things.
Oh, Jesus.
It's super strict, dude. Anyway, fuck that kid.
Did you guys, because when we were watching, I think that the setup of that scene was almost supposed to trick us into thinking that was Din when he was younger.
Yeah.
Did you get that vibe, Richard, or when you were watching? Did you
No.
No? You thought it was
So
just...
like when it was happening, I was like, what the hell is going on? Who is this?
I was maybe wondering if it was like another Vizsla character, given the color of the helmet and the way that Paz kept looking at the kid.
That's my boy!
Did you also notice
Yeah.
that Paz was voiced by someone else this episode?
Was he?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
voiced by Jon Favreau.
Didn't
checked
notice,
We checked
but I
that.
honestly didn't know that it was Jon Favreau until like
Oh, you didn't?
recently.
Oh, okay.
I had no
wow.
idea.
I
Um,
remember hearing him talking like the first season and being like, what the fuck? That's Jon Favreau.
Yo, that's the guy from Elf!
That's the doctor from Elf.
I am fairly confident that kid is one of the Vizslas.
Yeah.
Because they kept showing Paz look at that kid and like nodding.
That's so
like,
proud.
I don't-
The coloration is exactly the same.
I think that maybe the implication isn't that he's a Vizsla and he's more of just like a foundling that like
That's going under that wing. Yeah.
that Paz like found.
Yeah, I don't think that he's like
Like his like son.
like a Vizsla lineage wise. I
Okay,
think
okay.
that he's a foundling that Paz has specifically
Gotcha, yeah,
taken
okay,
in.
Yeah, I that's the vibe. I
Because
got.
they have a
I don't-
lot more now. They have like an army.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the other implication to me that
Of
it has been a couple of
Deloreans.
years, right? Like that, like they have had enough time to go from literally last time we saw the armor, it was just her and Paz, and now it's like fucking an army, again. And maybe
I
that's
suspect
just
that they
some Game of
already
Thrones
had a lot of
season
them.
8, like you know what I mean? Like
Well, I think that there were already a lot of Mandalorians just throughout the galaxy, spread apart, and they probably put out some kind of call for them to come together.
They went on the radio and were like, ah!
Right, because we know from Bo that like, you know, there are still Death Watch members just out doing mercenary work.
well, there are other clans and stuff like that, right? Like I imagine that
Right.
even like Sabine, like her, like the Wren family, all of these places.
Oh, right,
on
Sabine's
different-
still out there too.
There are different planets where Mandalorians are like on, right? Like Bo-Katan's even on this planet. That's not Mandalore. That's I can't remember what the fucking planet was called, but that's
But
where.
it was in our it was in the same system.
Yeah, it's in the Mandalore space, but like all of these planets like are just different places where the clans like have their homes.
Yeah, and I mean, realistically, you could probably assume that there's like maybe 200 Mandalorians left in the whole galaxy, which is still a very small number.
Yeah,
But I kind of like seeing the foundling though, because it shows that they are actively recruiting.
I think that the Children of the Watch are mostly foundlings. Like I think I believe that fully. That like a lot of other clans are lineage Mandalorians, but I think that when we see the Children of the Watch, like it's mostly people who are like, I want to become a Mandalorian and take the creed and become a part of this.
It's so Clone Wars kind of mess with this, but like most Mandalorian warriors are foundlings.
Yeah.
So that's kind
what
of
I miss from the old thing, yeah, because I remember even hearing that like a lot of Mandalorians can be aliens. Like it's not like it's not like you're just a human. I remember in Clone Wars being like, where are some of the fucking aliens here? Like
yeah, like I know a guy that is a fucking Twi'lek Mandalorian. He's got the damn Leku hanging out the back of his helmet.
hell yeah.
It's wild. But like, yeah, anybody can be a Mandalorian. But like, yeah, like taking on foundlings is part of what they've always done, and it's part of why like I kind of want to see Bo-Katan get fucking humbled, because Bo-Katan and her people were bad guys.
Yep.
they started a civil war. So
Yeah.
what she did pretty much caused her own sister's death, which I would love them to actually bring up in a way, but I don't know how they would. You know what I mean? Like
it's more Dave Filoni shit where he just loves Bo-Katan, and I do too. But it's like Dave Filoni has a hard time humbling his strong female characters.
It's true. It's very true, actually.
And I would love to see Bo-Katan get put in her fucking place, because all of this, she's blaming Din, but all of this is her fault.
Oh yeah.
Are Jedi race locked? Is it any job? Is any job race locked? Jedi aren't.
Yeah, you can be.
Jedi aren't race locked. No, they're like any.
The Empire is.
That's true. Yeah, there you go.
The Empire is not fucking aliens.
They have exceptions. They're like, if you're like intelligent enough, like Thrawn will give you like.
They'll take like the Chiss, because the Chiss are like abhuman.
They're human-like and smart as shit. So
yeah, but like otherwise, even Thrawn, the Empire did not like that he was a Chiss.
A lot of people hate Thrawn in the Empire. Like,
yeah,
I think Tarkin and like what's her fucking nuts. Or like the only, I mean, Palpatine is also like, you're cool.
It's just because he's smart. Thrawn is who he is because he's like hyper intelligent. But yeah, the Empire's super racist.
I'm trying to think of any other things that I'm like that are like we only do this. I guess not really.
Racist isn't even the right term. Speciesist.
Speciesist, yeah.
Because they're not racist. They just don't like you if you're not human.
Speciesist.
Which is kind of vague too in that sense, right? Because like you can be like an alien, but just have like lines on your face in Star Wars and be like, "Well, shit, dog." Like, sorry.
Yeah,
well, you're not human. Gross. Get out of here.
Yeah, I like how aliens are handled in like the Mass Effect series, where like they're very different. In fact, I don't know if you guys played through those games.
I know enough about them to like.
If you play as Femshep, you can romance Garrus, who's like a praying mantis lizard man.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you go to romance him, he dead ass straight up says to you like, "Hey, I don't have like it's not like fucking a human. This is gonna be really weird for you."
Well, isn't his species only male?
I don't know.
There's a female, I think, in the Andromeda.
I think they are female, but I think that the consensus is that like the Garrus's people, I can't remember what they're called. They have like cloacas, like birds. So it's like
he's a Turian.
He's a Turian, yeah. And I think that like if I remember correctly, Garrus straight up is like, "Hey, you should read this book on how we fuck." Because this is going to be wild for you. But like I like that approach though, where it's like it's not just like a person with like a couple of lines painted on their face and like contact lenses in.
Yeah, yeah.
Funniest shit in this episode, not to side tangent. Grief Karga's droids. I think that they were like
I fucking love
his little cape droids.
Yeah, his little cape droids.
I loved it when they went down the stairs.
Yeah,
and it's just like thunk, 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 thunk.
I love that was the highlight of the episode for sure. Like that, like the little things that Star Wars does like that are fucking awesome to me. It's like,
yeah, dude.
I thought about that, but yeah, great.
What's that planet called again that they're on?
Navarro.
Navarro, dude. This episode made me want to live on Navarro.
You know what it made me think? They fucked up by making Star Wars Galaxy the way they did because they should have really made it Navarro.
Star Wars Galaxies? What?
Or Galaxy's Edge or whatever it's called. Yeah, like the theme park.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that would have been rad.
Because like in a sense you could have like they could have changed it up as they were going and made it like, oh, it's like the city's getting better. We keep coming back. Fuck,
yeah,
man.
Oh, that would have been like if they started it all off where like the park opens and it's like shitty Navarro.
Yeah.
And then through the years it gets better and better.
Oh my god, like that would have been actually cool to experience rather than going to fucking Batu, which is like, okay, like cool like sequel trilogy planet, but like whatever.
Ducky97 says, "I love Star Trek."
Hey Gibby, how are you doing?
I also love Star Trek.
It's nice.
Not as much as Star Wars though.
I like the Trek Wars.
Can you like hum the theme song for me, Richard?
No.
No?
What do you think? I'm a dancing monkey? I just work on command for you?
Can you please do it though?
No.
Please.
Richard, I'll pay you.
I don't want to do this. I'm not going to do this.
I'll Venmo you like $2.
I'm going to need you to put a 0 at the end of that before I sing you some song.
20?
Yeah, dude, $20 and I'll sing you anything you want.
I don't know, man. That's a lot.
Bet.
$20? Like I can get a
do
whole
it for the stream.
I can get a whole
That's the Mandalorian theme.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about the Mandalorian, not Star Trek. Stay focused, boys.
Okay. We went on like a whole 20-minute
Zip
tangent
it.
earlier.
Zip it.
Sing to me, Poppy.
I'll DM you. This isn't about Star Trek? My bad.
Wrong show, buddy. Wrong show. Yeah, we're talking about Picard
J.J.
next
Abrams,
week.
you know?
Wait, are you really?
No. Fuck.
Oh.
I mean, like, how much of
Okay.
that show is there?
It's done.
It's
There's
done?
like 2 seasons, I think.
Yeah, there's 2 seasons, I think, right now. And I would go off.
And I have zero, like,
I have
relation.
no... I watched a bit of the original series of Star Trek and a tiny bit of Next Generation,
I
but...
don't watch the whole things. I just have seen bits of the whole, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen episodes on TV.
I've mentioned this before here, but Picard is for people who are not Star Trek fans.
Perfect.
So you'll probably love it.
This is
All right, we'll watch Star Trek. We'll watch Picard, and then you watch Picard also, Richard, and we'll
Right.
talk about it.
Why do I torture myself for you guys?
Because it's fun.
Because you
when
love
you're
us.
mad about shows. It's some of my favorite shit ever. Like I
Dude,
love.
every time a new Marvel movie comes out, I'm just like, fuck!
I cannot wait until Secret Invasion gets a fucking release date so we can know when the hell you're gonna be mad again weekly about a show.
Yeah, dude, when we were watching She-Hulk at the same time as, what was it, Andor? And there were like 3 things we were watching at the same time.
Was it the Rings of Power?
Rings of Power. So
we weren't
She-Hulk-
talking about House of the Dragon was also on at that time.
And yeah, House of the Dragon.
And we
like,
then did the
those-
Rings of Power discussion, yeah.
That was like 2 or 3 months of my life that I think I was experiencing like pure rage.
Yeah, like, I think that those were dark times for you.
I was losing my shit.
Like, oh my god, She-Hulk. Oh my god.
What a dark time for everybody.
Why did anyone think that was bad? That was like gonna be good. Why did anyone like? How did it get written like that?
Money.
I don't even know, man, because like it just seems bad. It's so
That
bad.
was objectively like awful.
It's not good. It had its moments,
It's
you know,
not good, Lynn.
but it's not good.
It certainly had Daredevil.
Even those moments I Never mind, we're not talking about She-Hulk, we're talking
Anyway.
about
Anything else you guys want to say
All
about
this
the
to
Mando?
say, yeah, absolutely. All this to say, I think this episode was kind of meh. Like, like
I really liked it.
I was like okay with it because my thing is like the other 2, and I know I'm like the other 2 seasons of Mandalorian are just so good that I'm worried about this one already.
I mean, second season is kind of.
It's
I thought the second season kind of sucked.
I think it's still good.
I'm
It's
excited
just,
for
like,
this one. This one's looking good.
The first one, it was so fucking good that it was like holy shit, but then the second one was like okay, like we're doing different things. I hope.
But this one, I
This
don't know
one's
where it's
back
going.
to basics, man.
Yes, that's what I mean. It's like this first episode to me was what I want from the show, where it's just focused on Mandalorians.
I don't know.
Like leave all that other shit behind. I don't care about like there's no like special characters coming in. There's no Ahsoka. There's no Luke. There's none of that shit. It was just the Mandalorian, other Mandalorians talking about Mandalorian shit.
And
And that's what I'm all about.
And
yeah, but
YG-11.
for like this show, it hasn't been with us for I think like how long? Like 2 years now or some shit like that. Like when
I think about 2 years. Yeah,
So like I
Book
was
of Boba was
really
year.
hoping for like an equivalent to a season 1, season 2 premiere. Those premieres are fucking some of my favorite premieres ever on TV. Even season 2's. Like season 2's premiere episode is actually probably my favorite episode of the whole show.
Well, I think you need to pull your head out of your ass then.
yeah. Bad take, idiot. We're electing to kick you off of McClunky right now.
You
You're
are
outta
no
here.
longer McClunky one.
Chocolate Muffin Queen, you're in. Get in here.
Oh no. But so like
talking
with
about
this
anime
episode,
now.
just really like didn't like do anything for me. Like there was not really like a moment that I'm like, yeah, that was hype.
Yeah.
It just
I
kind
think,
of was.
No, you missed your
That's-
chance, Chocolate Muffin Queen. Sorry.
Yeah, we brought him back. You're sorry. Anyway, I think that I think I liked it because of this, but these are always my favorite episodes where it's just sort of I've said this a lot, but just slice of life Star Wars. I like seeing it. I like seeing Din just traveling the galaxy and being Din. So
and Yoga saying
more-
Aura
I
Aura.
think that this would have been like
What the fuck? Yoga.
Fuck Yoda.
Yoga.
I'm not fucking Yoda.
Oh.
I think that this would have been like a good like second episode potentially. You know what I mean? Like where after something big had happened, we get to see things like this. But I don't know.
Yeah.
When we see that his new ship blows up and it then reforms back together using Grogu's force, and he takes it into the Razor Crest again.
Did we? It's like what was the previously on? Did it cover Book of Boba Fett clips? Like, did it show anything from that?
No,
Nothing.
I don't think so. Oh, it did. It did because it had she was like, "You took off your helmet. You're no longer Mandalorian."
Right,
that was in
right.
Book of Boba Fett.
It showed that.
Oh, that was Book of Boba Fett.
Okay, so yeah, it did.
God, Book of Boba sucked.
I'm just trying to think of how weird it is for people who didn't watch that show in a sense, right? Where it's like you come into this one and it's like already Baby Yoda's like pretty much right there in the situation. You're
Yeah,
like, oh,
but
okay,
we've talked about this. Like,
I know,
that's how they expect you to watch this shit now. Like, you have to watch all of it.
it's just I don't think that most people, not most people, but I don't think people did. Like,
Yeah.
my parents like only watch that shit because I show them that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
like that's like the Marvel problem where like people only watch the movies and they're missing the whole like fucking TV shows. They're gonna be confused as fuck for sure.
Yeah, what we really need is Yoda going.
have you watched Bad Batch yet, Richard?
No, not yet. When are we doing the thing?
That'll be next week. We'll do like the 2 parts next week.
Okay.
But
No, I haven't watched it yet. I'll probably watch it tomorrow.
I don't want to set your expectations too high for that, but like I would honestly
Don't say anything.
okay, well fuck. I want to say something kind of.
Okay, say it.
Richard, mute me. I would
No.
Okay. I would honestly say that Bad Batch this week like beat out Mandalorian for me, where I actually was like more hyped around the Bad Batch episode.
What happened again?
Nope.
I'm not gonna say anything, don't worry, but like
I'm gonna look up what happened. I forget.
Bet. So that's exciting.
like I was like, oh, this is actually like enjoyable, and Mandalorian was more of like a yeah, that happened.
Well,
We're back.
typically though, Sam, if you like it, I probably won't like it.
That's true. Like you didn't like those last 2 that I liked, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
like,
So
here we go.
maybe I'm gonna hate these episodes.
I
then.
think that I don't know. I think you might like it.
Well, I think we all get hyped for just like cool fight scenes. So if it's got that, we're good.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if it has.
Ah,
like, cool
fuck! I'm
fight
gonna hate this
scenes.
episode.
A Bad Batch?
We'll see.
We're gonna
Alright.
hate it. You're gonna like it, I think.
We'll see.
I don't really have like any other things to say about this episode. I think other than that, though, that like it's kind of meh
Nope.
for me. But I think it'll get better. Like this show.
I'm excited for the future of it.
Like I said earlier, right, like even the worst of it. Like I don't even know what is my least favorite episode of the show. People would probably jump to like Frog Lady in episode or in season 2. I fucking love that episode. like
Oh, dude, Frog Lady was great.
the
People
snow
don't like
planet-
that?
Yeah, I think that was like an episode that people were miffed about, dude, because that was
What?
like, that was following right after the premiere, and people were like, "Oh, like that was so hype! Like let's go!"
Wow.
And I was
Frog
like,
Lady's story is true love.
Frog Lady, yes, dude, I agree.
Like, if you don't like Frog Lady's story, you're just heartless.
I will say, maybe it's just a part of like the Mandalorians like storytelling that we do a lot of shit off screen. But even like
Yeah.
the fact that like, what was that thing? The fucking the shattered piece of tablet or whatever, like from Mandalore, like that green crystal thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, man, like it'd be cool. If,
Where do you
like,
get that from again?
some trader. Oh, he got Jawa, and it's like, well, dude, like maybe we should have seen like I don't know. Maybe that's me being like we should see everything, and then we can't see everything. But it just felt a little.
Maybe
like,
he should figure out where that Jawa got it from.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
understand why they can't just go to the planet.
Yeah, like
It's
just like
poison.
well, but like, what does that mean?
Fucking
like,
so? They have.
Yeah, I'm
they're
sure
wearing
they have like
airlock
technology-
helmets.
Yeah, I'm sure they have technology to stop that from
Right.
happening.
I don't understand why they can't just go. Like, I get that the planet's been like glassed, but if
It was
the
like-
atmosphere is poison, just wear a mask.
That's why he's like, oh, I need to get a droid so that I can send him to the planet and like.
That's
check it
so
out.
dumb.
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
They can go underwater with their helmets.
yeah, like this is insanity.
They could wear their helmets in space.
Maybe it's watertight, but not airtight.
They can wear them in space. It's so stupid. Just go to the planet, you idiot.
We heard the.
We heard it.
The helmet.
You put it in.
What is Mando's goal again at the end of the episode? Because he's going to get he needs the droid part still, yeah.
I straight up forgot.
What is he doing?
He went to Bo-Katan and she was like, go fuck yourself. And he's like, okay.
It's just gonna be really convenient when he fucking ends up doing exactly what he needs to do to succeed, and then she's right there to steal it from him. And it's like,
and that's gonna happen for sure.
Absolutely.
And they're gonna fight, and she's somehow gonna win and get the Darksaber, and he's gonna be like, yo, what the fuck?
And
she's
gonna be like,
definitely
fine,
going to win.
Fucking take it. I don't give a fuck.
Dave Filoni will not let Bo-Katan lose to Din.
Like, bro, I gave it to you before. You could have it.
He's like, I was literally willing to give it to you. I don't care.
What I think might happen is I think that Bo-Katan will fight Din, beat him, take the Darksaber, and then the rest of the Mandalorians from the Children of the Watch will not follow her anyway.
If I were Din and I was offering her the sword and she's like, no, I can't take it. I have to win in battle. I was like, all right, let's fucking go right now then. And then purposely lose just to fucking take it.
But I think that the implication was that it was more of like to the death or something like that, wasn't it?
I think it is.
Because you can't just
but then how the fuck did Din win it? Because he
good point. Yeah, no,
good
I don't think it doesn't have to be the death. I think that Din's gonna find some sort of icon of Mandalore deep underground on Mandalore.
Yeah.
And they're gonna change his arm, maybe it'll be a new helmet or some shit, so that we get a new Din toy. And then it's going to supersede the Darksaber. It's going to be an icon of Mandalore himself.
I think Mandalore the Ultimate's helmet or something put on top of because Mandalore the Ultimate's thing is very much just a mask looking helmet, so you could just put it on the front of his already established.
Another
helmet.
thing Din could have done is this makes me the ruler of Mandalore. All right, I'm changing the rule that you need to win in battle to win this back. Here, take it.
Well, that's what I mean. Is I think they'll fight for the Darksaber. Bo-Katan will get the Darksaber and think that this means that the Mandalorians will unite behind her. Yeah. When the reality is they're going to see Din as the proper new leader of Mandalore because of some symbol he found, or because of his beliefs, or because the Children of the Watch just straight up will not follow Bo-Katan.
Well, this is all a Dave
Filoni, fuck this stupid helmet, man.
A through line of Dave Filoni's storytelling in a sense right now, because he's involved in this, so he knows that Bo-Katan was given the Darksaber by Sabine in Rebels, and it was not won through combats, and shit went south for her, and I think that that's playing a part in it. And it's not ever going to be brought up that happened. I mean, maybe it will, because I think Sabine was rumored to be a part of the Ahsoka show, or confirmed to be in the Ahsoka show. I don't know.
I think she's confirmed to be a part of it.
So I wouldn't doubt that she could show up in the show as well, if that's
wasn't Ezra also confirmed to be in it?
I think
so.
Much,
yeah.
The Aladdin guy, I think is playing him. I'm not sure.
Anyway, I just want to see Bo-Katan get humbled, but we'll see. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I don't. I think that I'm trying to. I think that honestly, Bo-Katan could see her end in the show, because I think that she is not a good person. She has done a lot of evil shit in her life, and I think that
she's single-handedly responsible for the fall of Mandalore.
Yeah, and I think that maybe this is an opportunity for Dave Filoni to kind of get a character out of there, in a sense.
Yeah,
not
she needs to be humbled, and she probably will die this season.
I don't know about this season. I think that she might
just like how Tech is gonna die.
Yeah.
Yep.
How long do you think the show is gonna go for, guys? How many seasons is Mando going for?
5.
5 in a million years, a million seasons.
I can see
5 seasons, 1 movie.
6. Ooh, a movie. Ooh, okay.
6 seasons in a movie, you're saying?
6 seasons in a movie.
Oh God.
I think it'll definitely get a movie though. I suspect that Bo-Katan, if she's not dead at the end of this season, she'll be dead by the next one. I do think that she exists. Her character arc right now is one of self-destruction and death.
Yeah. I also feel this is me always saying bullshit about Barasafi, but we're gonna see her at one point have a similar thing, because that's a character that everyone's waiting to see what the fuck happened with her, and I'm sure that there's plans for that in the Bad Batch at this point, that that era is where she could show up. So I think Dave Filoni is like closing off some storylines.
Good
Think
riddance.
so?
That's what I hope for. I mean,
Good riddance.
all right, let's look for someone to raid into.
That's right into.
Oh, who you got? Who you got?
Amaranth. She's boxing.
We're not fucking raiding into Amaranth.
The play Matt is playing Dungeons and Dragons. It's spelled exactly how I said it. The play Matt, M-A-T-T.
Okay, see, I would have fucked that up.
Why'd you say 5?
But that's 5 seasons. That was.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did I fuck it up? With
What?
an exclamation mark?
No. You're good. You're good.
You're good.
Coco,
Okay.
Coco's just excited.
Okay.
Coco,
Yeah, thank you guys for
Goodbye,
coming
everybody.
for our season 3 discussion. We'll be back next week, same time, to discuss the next episode, whatever that's going to be. Tomorrow we will be streaming some Roro at 6 p.m. PST. The gang is in the sewers experiencing some Dragon Rhea, so that's a fun time.
I'm so upset that you did that.
I'm so happy I did that. I was like, I've had this in the fucking back burner for so long. And then next week we will be back to discuss The Last of Us episode 8, the penultimate episode on Monday. So see you guys for that.
Right,
Peace
Disney.
out.
Tell them to stop. I can't keep doing this.
McClunky.
McClunky.
Monkey.